good day. Welcome to Niger Watch. How are you doing? How are you doing? It's the weekend. The weekend is upon us. Yay! Finally, it's time to unwind, relax, sit back, and just, rest or do any other form of rest. How are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our Niger Watch family. How are you doing? What's happening at your hand? How did your yesterday go? What did you do for TTIF? What did you do? I'd like to know all of that and more. Welcome to Newspaper Review. My name is Ima, your very, very, very delightful host. Thank you for joining in today. Let's, dive right into our comment section and see who is there. Come, come, come. Good morning to you too. How you doing? Thank you for joining today's broadcast. I hope you had a good week. Come, come, come. Come, come, come. This is very, very far from being your name. Maybe I am not pronouncing it right, but we could use some actual name, yeah. But how are you doing? Thank you for joining in. Good morning to you too. Good morning to Edolight Watcher, Mr. Edolight. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Thank you for joining in and thank you for this. Yes, guys. Let's catch up with the same vibe as Mr. Edolight. Share, like, invite someone, do the needful. Support us with super sticker, with super chat. Support us financially. Support us with publicity. Support us with your contributions, with your attention, with your submissions too. Yes. In the comment section, you have the link. If you'd like to join, be one of the panelists today, please do the needful by clicking on the link, and you'll be right here with me. Good morning to you, pretty Favor Away. Thank you, Favor. How are you? I hope you're well. Happy weekend. Happy weekend, Favor. Happy weekend, pretty Favor. You are pretty indeed. Thank you. DA Osadolo, good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? Happy weekend to you, and thank you for joining in. Charles. I'm sure you just want me to keep mute, right? Because you didn't say anything. You just sent an empty tray of chat. But hey, Charles, how you doing? Good morning. Welcome to the weekend. Cheers to the weekend, my people. Cheers to the weekend. Osagbovo, good morning to you. Osagbovo, I'd like to know the meaning of your name. Yes, I'd like to know the meaning of your name. Find a means to tell me the meaning of your name. But how you doing? Happy weekend to you. Thank you for joining in. Geotime TV, hi. Thank you for joining in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you where you're joining us from. I hope you're well. Okay, we'll talk about what you are talking about much later. All right, guys, I have Mr. Docomo here. Good morning, Mr. Docomo. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning.
All right, sir. Thank you for joining in. We'll get back to you much later. But Mr. Docomo, do I pronounce your name right?
Yeah.
Is that your actual name? Is that your given name?
No.
Okay. All right, Mr. Docomo. I'll get back to you. Please mute your mic, sir. Thank you. All right, dear Osadolo, watching from Milan. Thank you for watching, my brother. Keep up the energy and talk to your other Nigerians or other people living. Yes, Nigerians especially talk to your other people what there with you in Milan, to tune in to stay abreast of what is happening. We bring you guys real-time feeds, like we bring home to you guys where you are. So if there's anyone not in Nigeria, even those in Nigeria don't even know what is happening, just share this link, invite, tell them about this place. They should come and know what is happening in the country. We are not partisan. We are not we are unbiased. I mean, that's a proven fact already. So, and that is why you have to support financially. That's why you have to support us financially, because we are unbiased. We are not supported by. We are not bankrolled by any entity out there. So, guys, let's put our hands together, come together, and do this. All right, guys. Moving to Let's dissect the news. Oh, so yes, you guys, if you watched the news yesterday, we have someone who brought home, put our name on the map for good. We haven't, when the name Nigeria comes up in any kind of news, it hasn't, unless it is entertainment news, it hasn't been so much for good. But this time around, someone took our name globally and she did justice to it. Somebody should know what I am about to talk about. I'm expecting somebody should drop, like an inkling in the comment section. Well, guys, I'm talking about no other person but Azizat. Yes, our golden girl. She brought home that trophy. She beat both male and female colleagues in football. She has won that cup much more than any other person in Nigeria, of course, in Nigeria. Yeah, so we are celebrating victory. We are celebrating good news. That's where all of this energy and hype is coming from. Well done, Asisa. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for being honorable at what you do. We at Niger Watch, we wish you the very, very best. Girl, keep bringing home those trophies. Keep bringing home those trophies. You deserve it. Good evening, Mrs. Ima. Okay, I'll say good morning, Mr. Kennedy. I'm reporting from Lagos, Nigeria. When I am in Japan, I'll be saying good evening right back to you, Mr. Kennedy. How you doing, Mr. Kennedy? And I was your Friday. I was TGI for you over there. Over here, everything is going just smooth and fine. This is the third empty tray of chat I am seeing. I don't know if it is a mistake or if this is a message I am not getting. Pretty favor, I don't know. Pretty favor and some other person I don't want to scroll up right now. I don't know what the empty tray of chat is supposed to convey, but if there's something you are trying to say, um, I'm not getting it. Mary Kimade, good morning to you. How you doing? Happy weekend. How you doing? Thank you for joining in. Thank you. Okay, moving away from here. Yes. Uh okay, the Guardian. Just a minute. Just a minute. Hard times loom in states over NNPC's new status. Experts urge improved IGR drive, prudent expenditures to avert crisis. Prudent, prudent expenditures. You would think this is what would have been applied from the very beginning, but it is at this point that they want to. Well, it's not too late. I hope it is not too late. But prudent expenditures to avert crisis, legal battles, renewed agitations for resource control on the way. Lawyers and under the story, more disruptions in local aviation as fuel forex crisis bites harder. Buhari, Anambra, Ekiti, Oshu elections proof of commitment to credible polls. 2023. There's some things that there's some things that really just doesn't mix, right? You see things like, I don't know if I can even say that here, but you will just fit it where it deems fit. You see things like, there's some things that just doesn't mix. Like, there's some names you cannot call next to things like credibility, honorable. It just doesn't mix. So when I see this person's name and I see things like credibility, intelligence, commitment, I just know that that's ox or that's fox, because this person is disguising for us. 2023, we've run likely over emergence of Obi Kwankwaso US Institute. We'll be taking that story. Police rescue kidnapped varsity students in Cross River. This looks more like they rescued just one person. That story didn't say that it was just one person that was there. Went to see the stuff, raped girls, raped ladies, and kidnapped some of them. Well, They're saying that police has rescued varsity students in Cross River. And yeah, court remands ex-accountant general orders over 109 billion alleged fraud. Now, there's a twist to this story that I do not understand. There's a twist to this story that I do not understand, right? As of when these people were apprehended, they confessed to the crime, right? They confessed, they owned up to it and all of that. And at this yesterday at the court hearing, the ex-AGF pleaded not guilty. Well, we just might be needing a lawyer in the house to come and explain to us how possible and what is the next step. What should we expect, to come up to come? Okay, I mean, there are already evidences, and them owning up and now coming out to say they did it. See, there are some things, when you are like, I've never seen something like this before. There's nothing that does not happen in Nigeria. I think we should come to agree on that by now, that there are some things that you don't see it anywhere else. Just come to Nigeria. The chances of you seeing it is 100.1%. We have here, smell the coffee. We are few minutes away from Afghanistan. That's from Omihobo. You guys know the lawyer who, since the court ruling that people could wear their religious attire to court, the lawyer that was wearing the traditional, he said, is a traditional worshiper that had the emblem of a traditional worshiper. Yeah, now he's the one that's come out to say, smell the coffee. We are 5 minutes away from Afghanistan. Hmm. Looks more like what should be the headline news. Really, looks more like what should be the headline news. Venita Akpofure says, I get stereotyped due to what I look like. Getting that opportunity shouldn't be determined by gender. I think when it comes to something like this, Nigeria has a long, 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 long way to go. These people are not even ready. Salutes to Africa's best. Nigeria's Azizat Oshola left. Wins the cup again, again and again and again. CAF award, she won it again, guys. This news gladdens me so much. I am I am glad to see women do big things, even in you know to see women do big things. It's in an industry where the women are underlooked or undervalued, and she's still keeping her head strong. I know that the women in football have been clamoring that they don't earn as much as the male counterparts, and that's an issue. But she's still doing her thing, and today she can beat her chest and say, in even with the male footballers, the female footballers ever, she's done good. Assistant Oshola, we are very, very proud of you. Thank you. Thank you for doing good things. Thank you. We need more people like this. Um, Mr. Israel Asemota, thank you for joining in. How are you, Mr. Israel? It's been long. We had you on the panelist. I hope everything is well with you, Mr. Israel. Thank you for joining in. Okay, we'll move to the next paper, and that's Daily Sun. All right, Shatima. APC cracks widen. Why governors Southeast, South leaders shown presentation of ex-Bono governor as Tinubu's running mate. Although ruling party lacks reward system, Tinubu will reach out. Ayeri Emami, that's from Ayeri Emami. We will pacify aggrieved Northern Christians, party says. Okay, you people cannot see my reaction. So the APC has come out to say that they will pacify aggrieved Northern Christians. That says a lot. You think so okay. Okay, so that's it about that. We'll go to the riders. Anxiety, fear, controversy over our mama killings. Ebube Agu must be disbanded. IPOB, MASOB, others. Mother of murdered siblings dies. Guys, read here yesterday that seven brothers were killed in this infamous attack by this Ebube Agu. Or okay, the community are insisting strongly, firmly, that it was that act was carried out by Ebube Agu. And while the governor Hope Uzodinma has come out to say that it is DSS and not Ebube Agu, and that they are criminals. Last I checked, even the president is not even killing terrorists. Even the president is not even killing, he's even pardoning them. So why will you now why is it okay for DSS to kill criminals that has not been proven by the war by the courts? Why? Well, the people are IPOB and MASOB have taken it upon themselves to fight, or to see to the end the annulment of Ebube Agu in the state. And yeah, the mother of the murdered siblings dies. Of course, what is a woman going to live for? What is a woman? So what is she supposed to live for? Proposed ban on motorbikes. Don't try it. Afenifere, Ohanese, MBF, LYC wants, but everybody's coming out of one federal government that the banning of bikes. Don't I see? I they oh me. See, these guys are just this sitting government, right? They come together deliberately looking for how to sniff soft life out of us. Deliberately. How is the are we banning bikes? How is it supposed to? Do they ride bikes from one state to another? How do they move? That's not going to solve the problem in everybody's opinion. And this thing is like it's almost like common sense. Because if you ban bikes right now, yeah, they will come up with something else. They'll come up with something else. So why are you using the one that's larger percent of people that is going to affect larger percent of people? Aside for movement and otherwise, these are some people's source of income. So what would they do? Why we lost Oshu Guba, that's from APC, says defeat confirms ruling party not in control of INEC. Okay, make una know these guys. There's a crack in your there's a huge crack in your wall, and aside from the crack in your wall, Nigerians have woken up. That is why. It's not because you have INEC or not. Well, let's see how that plays out in the let's see how that plays out at the big election. Yes, at the big election. Why? Okay, yeah, we took that story already. Article opens up on Tinubu and Obi. APC candidate wanted to be my running mate in 2007, but I refused. Without grassroots structure, it would take miracle for Labour Party to win. Article said some things in the interview, and try to analyze them. Now, that's analyzing is not something we can do on our it's not something that we can do on our review. It's more like a discussion or the debate. So you check back in the evening, just maybe that is going to be there. Article is coming out to say LP has nobody, no governor, no sitting governor, nobody in the House of Rep. No, and that's one of the that's and that is a necessity in its difference, and I think actually it is. So how are they going to canvass votes? And you see the way they are looking for how it's such a it became an accolade tax to pick vice president, because they want people who are either in power or have such form of power or stronghold over a community, a group of people, states, so that they can canvass votes for them. So that's why article thinks that that is he thinks that that's the only thing that's one of the one of the main reasons I would reduce OP's chances of of winning the forthcoming election. Okay, I won't you far at 70. Journalism, Ghana, music, sports, and me. Aviation forecasting. Expect flight cancellations, delays, airline operators. 39 burns to death in Kaduna. The other day, someone said I should reduce the negative news I bring on here. I really don't choose what is on the news headlines. I mean, I just bring news headlines from different news outlets out there. It's not my doing. Yes, Afenifere to federal government. Afenifere has become one of my favorite activists. He has become one of my favorite activists. He is saying it as it is. Afenifere to federal government. Stop treating terrorists with kid gloves. Kid gloves is even putting it mildly. They are pampering them. They are pampering them. Says Okada ban won't stop terrorism. Aviation fuel scarcity. Flight operations will be disrupted. That's from airline operators. Not one. The airline operators have come to say that flight operations will be disrupted. So um, you know that your chances of leaving Lagos or leaving where your destination, where you are to your destination is like a 50-50 or 60-40 chance. What a country and what a time to be in Nigeria, I tell you. Terrorists abduct 50 in Niger village. Gunmen kill 5 police officers, 4 others in Castina. Gunmen kill 5 police officers, 4 others in Castina. Yoruba community in the heart of Igbo speaking Delta produces own Bible dictionary. Oh, kudos. Then a PDP attacks Tinubu over hired clergyman. He has always wanted Muslim ticket, says Atiku. Atiku says dated way back that okay, I think you guys need to take on that story. You guys need to follow up on that story, especially for those who are it just gives an insight into the person of Tinubu. I know yesterday we had this talk and there was a bit of scuffle on in the comment section of yes or no. I think those that would like to know if your presidential candidate is Tinubu, you should probably go read that and get to know more about your favorites. Get to know more about your favorites. Oshun husband killer commits suicide. Now we don't know what to believe. The first story that came out said that the lady doused the husband fire and committed suicide, and later she was on the run, and now she has committed suicide again. And now she has committed suicide. So is it suicide for real? But guys, domestic violence is never worth it. It is never worth it. I don't know. When you get to that place and you're tall, hyper and venting and so angry, maybe you just take a walk. I don't know. When I'm very angry and really, really angry, and I get to that place where I say I would deal with this person, I will do this, I will do that. Then I remember that, baby, you're in Nigeria, and the prison in Nigeria is a no-go area. The prison in Nigeria, when you're angry, take a walk to Nigerian prison or to police. No, not even prison. Go to police station. Go to the nearest police station around you. You will know how best to channel your anger. Mr. Israel Asemota, Good day to you, sir. Thank you for joining in today. How you doing? Okay, Mr. Israel.
Hello, sorry, good morning, Mrs. Ima. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you, Mr. Israel. How have you been?
Well, it's been very good, and how's your weekend going?
Oh, it's going well. How is Pluto this morning?
Well, it's very sunny in Pluto, and it's another planet, and we're just trying to take the best of of it. It's a lovely planet, and we hope you guys are doing well over there.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right, Mr. Israel. Let's dissect this news headlines, right? Let's talk about the AGF. He had his
Yes.
court hearing yesterday, and to the surprise turn of events, he said not guilty to something he had confessed to before yesterday. How much more complicated or funny can Nigeria be?
Well,
This is a public service holder. I'm
yes.
sorry. Let me just give you a very brief this thing about this guy. This is someone who wasn't even qualified for the job in the first place. Buhari insisted, used his veto power to put him there, and still extended the stay, even when he was, it's a different thing for someone not to be qualified, but they are doing good on the job, right? They are learning and they are improving. But this one, there has been complaints, complaints, and all of that, and but even still extended the stay and only for him to do this to mess us up or no mess the person on whose intelligence he rode on to get to that place.
Yeah. Thank you for that question. They always appoint people like Anthony General. That's their duty. But if you notice, say what Nigeria cannot do does not exist. And this is the reality. Instead of you to put in people that are going to rule the country with competence, you are bringing them because of your own selfish interest. That because it becomes very much interesting. But I must give kudos to the court of law that really see to that, that case. I think it actually shows that no one is above the law. When I was, listening to what he was saying yesterday, even the judge told them that he will command him as far as this court belongs to him, to her, sorry. And he
Yes, was a
told
lady.
them that. And that shows that I think the judicial system is actually stepping up to their own obligations, to make sure that everybody is under the law. Nobody is above the law. If he thinks that he is above the law, he's not. Because yesterday actually showed him because they were trying to push him for his bail application, and the judge
Right.
actually remanded him to Kuje prison and said until 27th of I think this month or something like
In
that,
5 days,
then we
yeah.
can hear. Yes, then we can hear the bail application. For now, he's not above the law. He should go there. Like you were saying, that he actually pleaded not guilty on something he had agreed, he knew he did. But the fact there, you have to understand, whenever you take anybody to the court of law, the first thing he or she does is to tell you that he's not guilty. But it is the evidence that is being presented to the court. The court does not go with a yes say, so they already have evidence that is being, given to them. So these are what Nigerians are expected to do, to know that that court actually, you know, give, justice, and that is what they are going to do. Because looking at what that lady did yesterday, the judge, it shows that uh, 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 how strong the judicial system is trying to step up because they actually know that this person was just planted there and he was not even fit. So this is just a way of telling this person that what you were doing, you were not actually fit for that place. So we need to tell you how the justice system works. And that is what they were telling him yesterday. And I hope that Nigerians will actually find justice in this case.
Yeah, it looks like there's a beacon of hope there with how yesterday's ruling went, and we are hungry for justice. We are hungry that one person will be used as a scapegoat, because they always go away. Yesterday we're talking about the lootings. Where are the money that that has been recovered from loot? Where are they? What are they doing with it? Which account does it go into? We talked about all of that. So if we get someone that they would use as a scapegoat, but then again, if he gets sentenced, what are we looking at? 5, 6, 7 years for that amount, for that much amount of money? Is that still justice at the end of the day? And he was remanded back to same Kuje prison. Mr. Kennedy, thank you for joining the show.
Thank you, Mrs. Eman.
Yes, Mr. Kennedy. Please, let's talk about this surprising turn of events. I'm sure we know when that guy said no guilty. I'm sure the lawyers in the room too would have would have had quite a moment in the courtroom yesterday. What's your reaction to it if you've been following the story?
Please, I'm sorry, I didn't follow the story.
Okay, the ex-AGF was arraigned in court yesterday for an alleged scam of 109 billion naira. Now, when this man and the other three people involved in this case were paraded, he confessed to it. He confessed to the crime. It's there on it was videotaped. They have a record of it. Now, yesterday at the court, and when all of these charges were presented before him, he said he wasn't guilty of them. Now, it looks like this is looking like the case of the Unilag, I think her name was is Chidima, the Unilag student that killed oh, I don't know, if I can't remember the man's name, but he runs like
Usifo.
it's sorry.
Usifo.
Okay. It's almost like that case. She confessed to the killing and how it happened, but at some point she started changing her story, and she got lesser time, right? And she's like the most beautiful girl in the prison right now. And so it looks like this story is going to go to that place, and before you know, it's going to be just washed away. Because I think, not I think, if that figure as stated is true, there are going to be much more people involved in it, and they just might just dance around it until even we get tired of the story. So that's it about that story, Mr. Kennedy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. What are we expecting him to say? He has done the needful, according to people that are thieves or looters. He has done the needful by saying he's not guilty of the crime. That is the better way to prolong the judgment, to prolong the proceedings, so that at the end, you see, how would he have just said he's guilty? If you are guilty, if you plead guilty before the judge, you'll be sentenced immediately, or the next court date. This guy has not fainted. He has not fainted. He has not taken an ambulance. You see, it's a procedure. It's a procedural something. He has to faint. He has to be taken flown abroad. Yeah, So maybe he hired the other most notable lawyers that told him that he was making a mistake for pleading guilty. Now he's going to probably tell you that he was probably coerced to have said he was guilty at first.
It was said under duress.
Yeah, under duress. Yeah, this is Nigeria's judicial system. So let us see what is going to happen. They're going to, maybe a year from now, we're not going to hear anything about this judgment anymore. That's how it happens. And even you were asking Mr. Asemota, how many years do you think he'll be given? Maybe 4, 5, 6, or whatever. It might not be even
Yeah.
up to 5 years. So the way they treat them with kid gloves, they must have given some money to the judge and the lawyers and the people in the chambers. So nothing is going to happen. That is just the system until we start executing them, like what China is doing. I think China, if you embezzle more than $1 million, you'll be executed. That's all. So people will not change. So in fact, it's a pathetic situation for somebody to come out again to say he's not guilty, because he has been told what to say, and he has said it. So before maybe the
But
next trial, he's going to get his bail bail application granted, and
But
he will be home. That's all. Thank you.
let's try to analyze all of this looting, right? The way these people steal this money, I don't understand. Is it that they already know that? I don't know. Is it that they think, or they know, or there's something they know? That is why they are packing all the money, because it looks like what's happening to Nigeria?
No, because there's no
What's
consequence.
happening?
Yeah, there's no consequence for stealing,
I
for
think I
taking
think we should
money.
look beyond that, Mr. Kennedy. I think we should look beyond that, right? The way these people, these current ones, right, are stealing. Reading the headlines every day, you will hear $900 billion missing. We don't even have that money, and this is missing. If you put together all of this missing money, unaccounted for money, the money that this one stole, goodness,
I
and we are
always use it.
broke.
Yes, I always use the phrase Nigeria is a federal republic of comedy. You see, it has that's the way it has been happening. Now the social media is everywhere to disburse or dissipate this information. That is why we are getting the information. It has always been like this. What of the monkeys that stole? Was the monkey operated and the money taken out the belly? What of the snake that swallowed money? Where is that? Have you heard about those cases recently? We haven't heard
No, and
about that.
nothing was
I think it would
done.
have been easier
You
to
saw
just
a
operate.
snake, Tini.
Yes, take the snake or the monkey to the laboratory or the where
Right?
let the surgeon work on them and bring out the money. But we haven't heard of that. We haven't heard about anything since then. So it's a pathetic situation. So now when you listen to Nigerian news, you'll be having headache. He said, and it's very difficult for us here to, like those of us that are married to foreign women, it's very difficult for us to explain. Yeah, because sometimes my wife used to tell me, Are you sure you are not out of your senses? How can somebody just take that money and he lives in the same country and you guys are there in the same country with that and there's a judicial system, there's a government. It's incomprehensible. It's incomprehensible.
And it's
It's
really
pathetic.
debasing.
Yeah,
They
it's
just
debasing.
they
Yes.
don't rate us. They just combine us and see us like bunch of fools.
That's what
Because
we
this
are. That's what we
and
are.
I think so. I think I have to agree with you on that, because the brazen nature to come out and tell us that snakes, monkey, jam,
Yeah.
wow.
It's, it's
And
it's really
another
pathetic.
thing that is Mr. Kennedy, I don't know if you have an idea. I've been asking for some time now. Like yesterday, the bill was passed. They want to rehabilitate. I think it's the National Assembly. They want to rehabilitate it for 30.2 billion naira. What is wrong with it? What is
What about the one they passed? I think they passed one, but that was like 2 or 3 years ago when suddenly the water started
yes?
dripping in
Exactly, Mr.
yes.
Kennedy. Mr.
Suddenly,
Kennedy, I wanted to say that with all due respect. It was on this channel we got to find out that
what?
even our lawmakers started holding umbrellas inside
Yes.
the chambers.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
I
That
was,
was
in
just a
fact,
horse. That was just
this
a
is,
horse. They
you
just
see,
clapped it.
Nigeria, we,
Yes.
we, we need to know a lot, we as Nigerians. This is why yesterday when I was speaking, I told this, I say, we don't speak on this sentiment. We need to actually tell the government, we are not your employee. You are our employees. Tell us what you have to do. If you cannot do it, leave. How can you spend a whole lot of money on the National Assembly when they rain? In fact, they were using packer, to pack water out of
Yes.
our National Assembly. It was a joke.
Was it not renovated at that time? Why do you
Exactly,
think
with a
this
huge
again?
amount of money. Yes.
And now 30.2 billion naira that and they're going to borrow this money. Why can't they just pick out the sectors that are bad, right? And just give it to someone to fix and cut down costs. I think they're not thinking of cutting down. That's what I'm saying. It's driving me crazy. It's almost like they know that, okay,
No.
Nigeria is coming to an end or to a close, so let's pack everything that we can pack and go
Yes.
away.
Yes.
That's how I see
That's
it.
what you have to understand. It's drawing to a close. Because it's drawing to a close, the lawmakers, most of them are not sure they'll be coming back. So because of that, they are bringing these fictitious bees and frivolous bees so that they can take as much as they can because they might not be coming back. That's all. So they have barely 9 months to be there. So this is what is happening. So, well, what do you expect? And I think what Mr. To Niger sometimes, though he speaks, so sometimes he speaks about things that are not very, very plausible. But I think this is the area he's talking about. This National Assembly now, instead of they renovating the National Assembly that is still not very deplorable, why don't you ask the federal government to give that money to ASU so that the ASU will go back to work? So I think this is one of the reasons to Nigeria is talking about somebody, giving your bit, being patriotic as Nigerians. So I don't quite understand what is going on. Renovate the National Assembly that is intact, everything is okay, and there are no roads from Benin to Abuja, no road. Go to the
People are
east,
still
no road.
drinking water from
No.
river.
Mr. Kennedy, Mrs. Ima, are we talking about these people that are already? We have people that are still coming now. Have you forgot that people are vying for the Senate seats? Now tell me, looking at all of them vying for that seat, do you think all of them they are qualified? Do you
No,
think they are
no.
qualified?
No.
They are
I
not.
think they
They are
are.
just
I
there.
think
How can
I
you be
think they are.
having people? Sorry, Mr. Kennedy. How can you be having people who does not even understand the term law? They don't understand it. So why are you putting them? I blame the Nigerian because some of them, when you come on the social media, some of them just talk because they just want, this is how we say it. But the real thing is that some of these people, my cry is that they are actually living in a country where this law actually exists. Is it the way you see it here? Is it the way it's being played back? But if you ask them now, yeah, this guy is fit because I've been saying, what do you mean? Just ask this person who is going to make laws for you, what is law? Just let him answer that question. Then if he can answer it, then you know if this person is qualified or not. Looking at these people that are vying for this position, do you actually think they have that pedigree? They don't have it. This is my cry because Nigerians, we think is my brother, is my uncle. He will give me money. Let me bring this person in. They don't actually look at what this person is really going to bring for Nigerians. And that is why I tell them, these people, I employ them. They don't employ me. So they should give me they need to present their CV. What kind of CV are they giving you to read or to
My
say, this is what
my
I
brother,
intend to do? None of them.
my brother, I think they are qualified. They are qualified. If you look at it, because the basic qualification is just primary school certificate or secondary school, whatever. It's not about the qualification. It's about the mind. It's about these people being wicked. These people, they rule over their houses. They don't rule over their houses the way they rule over the country. That's where and if they go abroad, they know what the law is. Look at Aregbesola. He couldn't attack the guy that was videoing him. He couldn't because he knows if he does, then he will be caught up with the law. They know what is going on because they know they are in a lawless society. That's why they behave like that. They are all qualified. People have first degree, OND, HND, masters, PhD. They are all there, and they have personal assistants so that they'll direct them if they don't understand what they're supposed to do. They are qualified, but they are wicked. These people are wicked, very, very wicked. That's what.
You said something profound, Mr. Kennedy. It just rings in my head right now. Every other person abroad wants to bring back home infrastructure, wants to bring back home what they have seen out there that is good. They want to begin something, begin something. Want to bring Walmart to Nigeria. They want to bring this, bring KFC. Aside for our leaders, and they go out, they enjoy what they see. I mean, they always go out there for everything. Check up, not surgery, not check up. They go out there. Vacation, they go out there. Nice time, they go out there. Meetings, they go out there. They are always out there. But why is it that they don't? I don't. What sort? At what
Let me
point does it
let me tell you
change?
that checkup. They are just going to waste their time. Let me tell you. In abroad, if you live abroad, you have your doctor. Your doctor knows everything about you and your family. Everything about you, your job, you web everything. They even have your house now. They can call you anytime. So these people that go there for checkup, the doctors, they don't even have the track record of their medical track record. They are just being treated like normal people, not like the way they treat us here. Like if I'm sick, if I go to the hospital, the doctor knows where he stopped. All my records for the past 30 something years, they are all there. So these people, they just, why is it that they still die abroad? When they go abroad for checkup, they die? Because the doctors, they don't have the in-depth analysis of their medical record. They're just going there to waste money. They should stay there in Nigeria, do their checks, medical checks there in Nigeria, and die there if they want to die. Not they're coming abroad to come and die in our countries
All
here.
right. All right, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you. I'll get back to you. Mr. Alex, good day. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. How are you, Mr. Kennedy? How are you, Mr. Alex?
Yeah, good morning. Good
Good morning,
morning,
sir.
viewers, and good morning, panelists. Good morning to you too, the host.
Good morning, Mr. Alex. My name is Ima. Thank you for joining our newspaper review. You have you been following, or you'd like a recap?
I've been following, but I also like a recap.
We're talking about the ex-AGF who was arraigned yesterday, and prior to his appointment at the court yesterday, he had owned up to the fact that the 109 billionaire scam, he had confessed to it. He had confessed to the crime. But yesterday at the court, he denied it. He pleaded not guilty, and we are here talking about it and say what's happening. So yeah, that's it. That amazing turn of events is what we are discussing, and we are also talking about the outrageous bill that has been passed to the Senate for the renovation, no, for rehabilitation, not even a new one, for rehabilitation of the National Assembly for 30.2 billion naira in a time like this. And we don't even have that money, so we have to go borrow again. We have to go borrow for that. So that's what we are talking about basically today.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to say the problem here is that me and you, we are the problem of Nigeria, because when you hit the nail, people get angry. Why are you talking like that? Why are you talking like that? Did he offend you? Did he take your wife? I hear a lot of comments because you are raw about the truth. So I won't blame the federal government. They've seen that Nigerians can't do anything. Nigerians do not want to come out again after the NSAS killings. They've instilled fear in all of us. A lot of people who would have been able to pull more strings have all gone into diaspora to try to seek for greener pastures. So the nation now is left in the hands of a very, very wicked, incompetent people. It's a shame that we have a country like this, and look at the news. In some countries, not even in the Western world, everybody would have been in the streets without even mobilization. So whether they want, I don't know what they are renovating or rehabilitating with 32 billion. I don't understand. Who is passing that money? Who is assenting to that money? Where are the senators that we elected to represent us? Where are the rep members for us to ask questions? This is why I don't like listening to when people invite political aspirants. I don't like talking to them, because these guys are wicked. They made up their minds from day one of the things they are going there to do at the Senate House or reps. So when I see these guys, I already know their mindsets, because they come from us, unfortunately. So there is a massive moral decadence. Morality has vanished from our system, from our DNA. All the upbringing, all the morals we learned at home or in school, we throw them to the wind immediately we get to the corridors of power. These guys are not spirits. Whether Buhari is alive or not, that is a story for some other time. And the same people will tell you Nigeria is broke. Nigeria don't have money. Hello, can you hear me? So the same people will tell you Nigeria is broke, Nigeria don't have money, Nigeria is going through a lot. People will argue, who told you Nigeria is broke? Nigeria is not broke. It's just a lie. But when snakes wants to swallow money, the monies are available to swallow. When they want to loot money, the monies are available to loot. Now they want to renovate House of Assembly because it's a renovation. There is nothing to renovate. They are using all their lax tactics to siphon money because their days are numbered. Next few months, they will be leaving office, and we will have a new set of leaders. So the point is this: we have moral decadence. We don't have leaders who love their country. When you don't love what you are doing, abuse is very easy to come in. When you cannot give your life for what you are doing, they don't know the meaning of citizenship, patriotism. They don't care. From the top to the bottom, 99% of them are like that. Political aspirants, political office holders. For me, there is no morality. Morality is gone. Everybody just wants to enrich themselves and their family members. And some of us will come and argue, don't talk to them like that. Do these people deserve respect? These people that we all in high esteem, do they respect us? Do they see us as human beings? If they do, they will not be treating us like this. No money to fix electricity, no money to fix our roads, no money to fight insecurity, no money to pay teachers to end the strike so that our students can go back to school. But there's money to steal. There's money to loot, and we are not honest with ourselves because our in-laws are in government, our boyfriends, our girlfriends, our future husbands, future wives, our relatives, brothers, uncles, grandfather's brother, younger sister. They're in government. We cannot argue rightly. We cannot say the truth. People say the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But we will not say the truth. We will not. And when somebody, when someone else is hitting the nail, they'll feel like, well, why is he ranting? Why is he shouting? They are looting your children's future. Why is he ranting? Why is he shouting? These are the feedback I get when I get, haywire on this wicked men and women. They are so wicked. This is why in military regime and in revolutions, they execute all these men. They call them bloody civilians. They are really bloody. I'm not in support of a military government. I'm just borrowing the terminology from them. This is why most times when a leader who is serious comes up, whether it's a dictator or not, some of these men are put to death. Today they are accusing Kagame that is a dictator in Rwanda. Because some of these men, you need to teach them a lesson. They say there is human rights abuse. I'm not promoting that, but the guy is developing his country. The end justifies the means. So for me, I don't see Nigeria as Nigerian leaders as a set of serious people. They are not serious. They just loot money, go back to London, and they are also accepted by the corrupt British system. They give them social security number. For a criminal, you know that he looted money from another country with an amount of money that cannot be verified. But when a young boy from the street brings 50,000 pounds to open an account, you'll be asking questions. You want him to go and bring his great-grandfather's death certificate to verify who gave him the money. A politician will come from Nigeria with 5 million pounds. Corrupt British system will quickly swallow this man into the system. Desian is still there now in UK. She has not been turned back. So you tell me the British are not corrupt. They are they are even the ones encouraging these politicians to loot money. So long they allow them to carry oil, to carry bitumen, to carry natural resources that we have. This is why our leaders have the effrontery to do what they are doing. Because after their expiration from their political whatever, they go back to England and rest. So the truth is very bitter. Some of us cannot stand the truth until we look eyeball to eyeball to people and tell them the truth. The country is going nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. So for me, we don't have leaders yet. We have dealers. They are dealing with us the way they like. They are dealing with the country the way they like. They are looting this country dry, and we are tired. We are tired. This is why everybody is naturally inscripted into the OB movement. There is no other way, no other name given to us now in this country where we can be saved politically except Peter Obi. So I want to say that we don't have a justice system. They are all be corrupted. Everybody wants to make money and take this money abroad, send their children abroad. Abroad is also a big problem in the fight against corruption in Nigeria. Until leaders are banned from going abroad, until there is a strict immigration regulation system, a strict banking transfer system to checkmate the activities of people who are going abroad with illicit money, we are not ready to fight corruption. And until there is a harsh consequence of corruption on people who are in government, punishment by death or life imprisonment, 35 years imprisonment, we are not ready yet. We are just still playing. So long the person is from our family, we are very okay with it. So long 10 million naira is in our pocket from the stolen money, we are very okay with it. Forgetting that we are destroying our children's future. Those money will go. England or the countries they are going to take this money to are going to follow them into their own economy. At some point, these men will die and the money will still remain there. So who is not losing? The nation is losing. So I just weep. I weep. It's so sad that we don't have leaders. It's so sad. And I want to say to us, I hope Peter Obi comes to power and try to block all these loopholes and try to engage in capital repatriation. That's very possible to bring back stolen wealth of Nigeria in the diaspora. We have a lot of money, billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars stolen. Nigeria is not broke. And it's each time anybody under any guise, under any platform tells you Nigeria is broke, tell him to go and sleep. He's a liar. Nigeria is not broke. We cannot be broke with what God has given us. We just need proper leadership to try to galvanize this whole thing and channel it into development and capital, human capital investment. You will see that man will go scot-free as time goes on. He will go scot-free because we have a set of baboons, a set of monkeys in Aso Rock. Excuse my language. A set of animals in Aso Rock. It's just a set of monkeys, taking bananas from the tree endlessly. Bananas that they can't even finish in the next 20 years. You see people digging money inside ground in Nigeria, especially in the north and in the west. They dig money, they put money in their sockaway tank. People take money and, money gets rotten. We've seen videos how Nigeria currency got rotten because of suffocation and heat. They don't need this money. That's how animals behave. Baboons. We have monkeys in federal government. All of them are monkeys. There's no brain, just skull leaders. Very dumb skull. And all they think about is marrying young girls, going to Dubai, flights, business class. That's all they think about. They have no sense. Nations are building speed trains. Nations are discovering cure for disease and sicknesses. Nations are investing in education, in technology. Nations are investing on their young people, agriculture. We have leaders, all they think about is how to marry women, how to marry a 13-year-old girl and take her to Dubai and take her to London and buy mansions. And we must also address the British Crown. I know a set of leaders are going to come up very soon, pretty soon, that will storm the British government on how we can renegotiate the way our leaders go into England with stolen money. It has to be checked. They're encouraging corruption. At the time Ibori was taken, yes, somebody will argue Ibori was arrested, he was sentenced. That was 1 out of a million. We can do more. We can renegotiate our cooperation in fighting crime and fighting illicit money. They call it money laundering. The British Crown, they are very smart and they are very corrupt. They know how to dictate all these things. So we must tell them to stop giving a home, a safe haven for criminals. 60% of Nigerian former leaders, maybe federal government, rep members or whatever, ex-governors, them and their children live in England. They live in the UK. We must look at that area. You cannot treat a problem from the edge. So the British government must be cautioned should stop opening accounts for these fraudulent criminals. If you are fighting crime, don't be fighting selected crime. So we are suffering it. The citizens are languishing in pains, in penury. It's squalor. They cannot even feed. Inflation everywhere. Students are at home, and you see a man take 2, 3, 10 million pounds into your country, and you give him tea. You are asking tea or coffee. You give him executive treatment. You give him a house to buy. You don't investigate this man. You don't blow whistle. I know it's a sovereign country. Some people may come at me on that, but there is what we call morality, moral conscience. Until we treat it internationally, tackle it from the roots, we are going nowhere. Not only England, America, Singapore, China, anywhere our leaders are taking money to. If traced, a crack team should be set up by the federal government to trace these monies and return these monies. So for me, diaspora like British, America, England, China, Singapore, they have a role to play in tackling corruption by our leaders. If I know that I'm going to steal this money, I'm running to England, and England is not going to ask me anything, I will steal more and disappear and show it on social media when I'm old. I'm walking sick with my grandchild. That's what is going on. That's what they all do. Those are the videos we can even see. Desiani bought bra for $12.5 million with diamond on it. She's in England. Well, what has the British Crown done about it? Is it wrong to call her into questioning? Is it wrong to negotiate with the Nigerian government and send her back home as a lesson, as a deterrent? They won't do that. And you come and tell me British is not corrupt. So our leaders are more corrupt. They are wicked. We should try and get our PVCs and bring in a man who has conscience. These guys have no conscience. They don't care about anybody. Up till now, they are not. They've not discussed about settling lecturers' welfare, people teaching children, people building future leaders. You are joking with their own welfare, and yet monies that we claim we don't have are being stolen. Thank you. I'll drop it there.
And offloading. Well, by your tone, I can tell that you're a true and a concerned Nigerian. Everyone is speaking from very heavy hearts. Our hearts are bleeding, man. I wish they could do something about it. Mr. John, good day to you, sir. Thank you for joining today's broadcast. How are you doing, Mr. John? Please unmute your mic.
Doing all right, Miss Tima. Thank you very much for acknowledging my presence. Thank you.
Okay, if you've been following the story, or you'd like a recap of what we are on about.
Yes, I'd like a recap. I just joined a couple of moments ago when the last speaker was still on it.
Okay, we are talking about um XGF, the XGF's court arraignment yesterday and how it played out. So, after confessing to the alleged 109 billion naira scam, yes, yesterday, the surprise turn of events, he said he pleaded not guilty to the charges. That is one of it. And secondly, we are also talking about the uh, Senate House of Assembly wanting to renovate what the renovation that supposedly going to cost
Can anybody hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. I'm still
Okay, thank
waiting
you
for.
very much. It's like Mrs. Emma is trying to grapple with internet, with her network. Well, is that Mr. John? Please, could you continue? The fact what Mrs. Emma was trying to say, I don't know if I have the authority to go on. We cannot just be here until she comes back. I'm Megariwa Kennedy from Japan. She was trying to keep you up to date with Mr. Atiku. Mr. Atiku said Labour Party will not go anywhere because they have no sitting governor, no local government, and all that. They have no proper structures in place. So because of that, he doesn't think they're gonna go uh, to in as far as winning the presidential seat. And secondly, she was talking about the Afenifere wanting the federal government to stop treating terrorists with kid gloves. They should in fact apply the long arms of the law on the terrorists. And the guy that pleaded not guilty after he stole about 109 billion naira. So, your take on this, please, Mr. John.
Okay, I would start with the AGF and his change of hearts in the under 9 billion. At first I was delighted when I read the news that he was being charged to court and will be kept in prison until his bail has been perfected. And then I later heard the news that he has pleaded not guilty. It goes further to show um, the irresponsibility of the present day government that we have in Nigeria at the moment. Because truly speaking, if the government is interested in fighting corruption and taking this country to where it ought to be, then things like this we wouldn't be it wouldn't tarry in the court. It wouldn't tarry, we wouldn't be dragging these kind of cases. If investigations have taken place and evidences has been brought to the court to prove that this then we shouldn't be going back and forth. Of course, I know he's going to employ the best hands in town, and they are going to tell him, "Look, say you are guilty." They are going to advise him legally. Oh, you don't have to go there and say you are guilty because it's going to make it easier for you know your prosecutor to go on with the case. So they are going to tell him, "See, say you are less guilty or you are not guilty or something," so they can have a case and they can carry and buy time and then have soft landing. And then he would, if they so agree or wish, he will give part with some money, take a few months of the jail term, and then he's back again to enjoy the rest of the fun. So it shows that the government of the day is not responsible, is not interested in fighting corruption. And how be it they even fight corruption, I think it's selection, the selective fights that they undertake. They choose those to favor and those to attack. You know, we hear story of how a kidnap kingpin is being turbaned somewhere in the north, and meanwhile, who is a bandit who has been confirmed, who is a confirmed criminal, is being turbaned and is highly celebrated in the community. Meanwhile, we have people who are fighting for justice still incarcerated for nothing. This goes on to tell you the wickedness in the system, and it's very sad. It's very sad. I feel for Nigeria. I wake up every day and I get scared because you don't know what's gonna happen. The stories here are enough to depress you. You wake up in the morning and you hear one story in the Nigerian sphere, and you are depressed already. Talking about Atiku saying that that Peter Obi and the Labour Party have no structure. I don't know. I think it's laughable for me. I when I hear stories like this, it's very laughable. Yesterday I traveled, I was on my way to Abuja and I met someone and we had a chit chat and he said the same thing. Peter B does not have structure. Peter B would not win election. And I asked him, is it the structure that Oyetola used in winning the last concluded Oshun governorship seat? He had the structure. Nigerians have moved beyond these lame excuses. We now want to vote competent people. I don't think, yeah, you would say PDP has a good structure and all of that. I mean, when you say structure, you mean there up to the ward units. They are there in the in the ward. They are there in the local government and up to the state and all of that. But I think beyond that, people are tired of the present day governor, Shun, and that's why they would go for the person of Adeleke, and it was overwhelming. The people came out in turns, in even in local government and units where PDP has never won. Oshogbo, you hear PDP dominating such units, So I think we are beyond structures. Like Peter said the other day, we are all the structures that we need. The boy in the street who is out of school, the girl on the street who has no opportunity to go to school, the laborer or the civil servants in the office who has been owed 2 or 3 months salary. Those are the structures we need. Anyone that loves this country will not want to recycle these failures. These failures. I had a good time talking with him at the airport before leaving, and he was struggling. He was struggling to defend his candidate. I said, would you want us to continue with this? We have someone who constantly visits the UK every other month for treatment. As it stands right now, and I can categorically say that the current president is more healthier than the person who is aspiring to replace him in his party. I can say that boldly. Yeah. So if the one that is we think or we imagine that is healthy visits UK every other month, every other week, for medical checkup, how about this one that we have all seen, we all know, we see everything, the telltale signs are all around him. We are not hating anybody. I think
I think this one is even worse than Buhari. When Buhari was
that's what
coming, I
I'm
think
saying.
it
That's
was,
what I'm
better.
saying. That's
Because this,
exactly
look
what
at
I'm
what,
saying. That's what
yeah,
I'm
look at
saying.
what happened a few days ago. He couldn't even
He
remember that
forgot the name of the
he belonged
exactly
to
what I'm saying.
APC. Yes.
Exactly what I'm saying. If the person right now that we thought was sick, is doing this, and to me, I think he's more healthy than the man coming in. That is my take right now. Buhari is more healthier than Tinubu coming in. So if this is what we are going through, the man has left his job of governance to be dealing with health every other week, every other month. How about this one that is weaker, that is sicklier, that is less healthier? He would probably live there. We had the person of, with all due respect to the deceased, we had the person of Yaradua, who spent over how many weeks trying to treat himself. Should we continue like this? We need young people, not just because it's a Peter Obi thing, not just because the youth are rallying around him, but because we need, I think it's enshrined in the constitution of Nigeria. We need strong and healthy. The office of the president is not for a weakling. The office of the Nigerian presidency is for someone that is healthy, for
Okay,
someone that is
okay,
strong.
okay, Mr. John. Thank you very much. You continue from there. Well, Mrs. Kachi is back here. Let me hand over to her. I never had the authority to step in, but I thought it could be somehow if nobody stepped in when she was away. So, Mrs. Kachi, please, Mrs. Ima, please.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Kennedy.
Thank you.
Uh, I am. I had a problem with my power. I guess I had to quickly source for get another source of power. Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. Again, thank you to
Thank you.
my panelists for holding it down and not allowing the breaking transmission affects this broadcast. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Kachi. Thank you very, very much for stepping in.
Mr. John
Appreciate it.
was speaking. I think we should allow him to continue.
Yeah, I
His,
was I was
yes.
following though. I was following
Okay,
on
thank
on
you.
my device. So, Mr. John, thank you very much. You could please wrap up.
So, in conclusion, what I'm trying to say in essence is that the people who are in powers right now, they are not interested in the well-being of this nation. They are not interested in growing this country. They're not interested in making it better. I think for the first time, we have the youth, you know, rising up and getting involved and getting interested in the politics, in the government, in the governance of the country, and it's a good thing. I mean, for the first time, this is beyond ethnicity. You have an outside young man who is just 25, who is printing shirts and is sharing it around his community and telling people, look, we have a person of Peter Obi, let's vote him. We have someone in the West from a Yoruba tribe who is looking beyond it's beyond his borders and playing this. We have someone down in the East, it's beyond ethnic group, it's beyond religion. For the first time, Nigerians want a better representation, a better person to sit in Aso Rock as our president. And I think if we continue like this, the voice of the people actually always resonates as the voice of God. God will see us through, and I believe success will come to us come February 2023. Thank you.
All right, Mr. John, thank you very much for that. I would like for us to, there's a twist in our review today, and I'd like for us to touch that. So something happened over the weekend. This supposed newlyweds, I got also find out that they've been married for over a year now. Um, the wife got to know that the husband is fathering a child with another woman, and that's got her so angry that she set the man ablaze. The man didn't make it anyway. He lost his life. He lost his life after a few days of battling with the fire burn, and she said that she also committed suicide. Mr. Kennedy, I will start from you. Um, for very obvious reasons, I will start from you because I believe that you have encountered life, and aside talking from politics and all of this, I also believe that we have our other social life, our personal life. And what would you say to emotions? Because 1 year is too short for a woman to get that angry, to do that. I would initially, I said probably she has done so much and she couldn't forgive that. What do you think about this, and how best do you think situations like this should be handled?
Well, anyway, there are so many dimensions to issues like that. I don't know why you said I may have experienced life, and I would like to affirm that you're right. I've gone through a lot. I I'm almost 60. I've gone through a lot. I have, children from different women. But anyway, this
Oh, you
life, more
do.
especially life, yeah, more especially life in Africa is turbulent. There are so many dimensions, like I said. In Nigeria too, we believe in spiritual ways too. She may have been pushed spiritually. She may have been enjoying the marriage, and somebody else that is not happy. I'm sorry if I have to bring this in. Somebody that is not happy in the family may have pushed her to go to that extent. But that is one. Secondly, she may be the jealous type. She may be the jealous type, and she may have gone to that extent because she was jealous, probably because of the way she loved the husband. And the husband may have been faithful. The husband, women sometimes used to tell women that no, me and John not be the same. Oh. Me, I not go touch another person. No. And it can't be say you can't they touch, and that woman can't see her. So she will flare up. But there's no reason for anyone to want to kill the husband because he's fathering a child with another woman. I think, and the third one is poverty. These women, most of these women, they feel they got nowhere to go, and probably the man has a house, and she was thinking that the house would belong to the child or the children, and she was not made to understand that he has been having another child. So she now feel very disappointed. If it is in a civilized world where nobody is interested in property and so on, the woman will not be that angry to the extent of splashing hot water or acid on the husband and so on and so forth. Because people, they don't even care about your property here. Nobody, even if you tell a white woman or Japanese woman that you have a house, she will just look at you, waiting this one they talk. House is nothing to them because if she not get, government go give her one. So I think it's really, really sympathize with both of them, both the woman and the man and all the family, because this anger sometimes is very difficult to control. When somebody you feel you are the only one in his life or in her life, and you feel betrayed, then somebody can be, that anger can just come, and before you know it, somebody is dead. But we pray that we will not get angry to that extent. This is an accident. It can happen to anybody. So
An
we all
accident?
have to be very yeah, it's an accident. Yes, it's an accident.
This was, I think this was premeditated. Do you know water? Such water that will scale the skin is not water you just scoop up from the tap. It's something you
Yes,
have to boil, probably boil over and over again before just
yeah,
doing pouring it
it's
on the
still an
person. So
accident.
it's still an
It's still an
accident.
accident. Yeah, it's an accident because she was angered. She was angered. not everybody can control that kind of anger. She could not control the anger. That is it. She may have been having some psychiatric problems, some mental disorder. But no, in Nigeria, even we don't even understand when people have mental disorder. She may have been passing through some stress and mental disorder that may have, militated that kind of action. But nobody knows. If she was examined at the hospital, the doctor may have been able to understand that she was probably passing through a lot of stress or mental disorder. So I sympathize with them. May their soul rest in peace. It's an accident. It can happen to anybody.
Okay, so like I said earlier, that when I get really, really, really angry and I want to go on self-destruct, I know that we always get to that point, especially emotionally, we always get to that point. One of the things that brings me back to my senses is when I think of Nigerian prison. That place, I don't know the last time you went to Nigerian prison, but for
You
me,
will not.
once
You
you
will not
get
even
to this
remember.
place,
You will not, Mrs. Emma. You will not even remember to think about the prison when that situation comes.
oh
That
no,
is
oh
it.
no, I do. Oh no, I've never gotten to that point, but every situation is hard. It's hard as it is. We will not
Which
downplay
means you
any
are you are
situation.
mentally balanced. Which means you are mentally balanced. That is
That's why when you think of Nigerian prison, you just have to know that stealing is not an option. But what would you say to we have men and women, in this case, who let loose, who allow. We have cases of men killing their wives, either she's cheating or this. What what would you advise our men on here? You get to that place, you find the worst. Just say something to the men and to the women out there.
Anyway, it depends on what you call cheating. Men, because like you women, you always see we that are men, that we are the people cheating. You see, it depends on what you call cheating. You
So,
know,
Mr.
uh,
Kennedy, you are trying to say the definition of a man's cheating is not the same as a woman.
Not at all. It's not the same. It's not the same. You see, sometimes women can push you to cheat. These women, the moment you start, proliferating children, you always tell us that you are tired. And you know that, this is how men were wired. I'm sorry to say, I'm on a international network. A lot of people might dislike what I'm saying, but that's how men are wired. And when you have that thing between your legs, daggly, and a woman is telling you she's tired today, tired tomorrow, tired day after tomorrow, what do you think? There are a lot of people that do not know how to help themselves. When I mean help, I'm not going to say that on this platform. A lot of men that do not, they don't understand how to help. They don't know how to help themselves with their hands. That's what I mean. And they say that apprehension would be there, so they'll be forced to go to other people, other places, and take care of themselves. And the other one, when the women are not, after you have been married, you don't take care of yourself anymore, and then the men look outside. The same thing is applicable to women. So when the man is not forthcoming, the man doesn't come back from work on time. He finishes his job, and from there he goes to pick one or two women outside, and the woman can be forced to cheat. So it's neither here nor there. So, but anyway, people should stop cheating. Hold on to your wife or your husband, and let there be peace in the home. So, but you women, I want to beg you. Well, I want to beg you people. May una they give us the thing on time so that we not go outside. So, thank you.
All right, Mr. Kennedy. I'll move on to Mr. Alex. If you'd like to contribute to this, Mr. Alex, you have the floor.
Yeah, Mr. Kennedy have said it all. He seems to be a professor in these activities. You should open a school and lecture people on these things. I'm not grandiloquent in this matter. I respect what he says. I think I agree with him. But I'm a man who believes in one man and one woman at a time. So I believe in anger management. I believe compromise. I bring politics to my house. According to Aristotle, he said, man by nature is a political animal. Everything you do is politics in your life. Politics is all about interest. No, it's all about interest. My interest, your interest. You put your partner's interest also into consideration. Then you arrive at a compromise. So for me, I believe in dialogue. I believe in treating people fairly, equally, justly. So going out to cheat on your woman for me is a break of promise. You made a promise, just like a politician campaigning, I will do this and do that, and they don't do it, and we are angry. We are even worse at home. We promise our wives a lot, and we don't do anything. We become, lions, kings. Yes, understandably in Africa is like that, but some people still have that ideology that you have to keep to your words to your woman, even if sometimes things can get out of control. As Pa Kennedy said, that men are men, and yeah, things can happen sometimes. But if you have a woman
Mr.
who
Alex,
really,
let me step in, please. You say, you said something about anger management just now.
yeah,
In the heat of the moment, what would you expect a man to do? You know when conversations are going, you know when it is rising, you know when it is getting out of hand. What would you expect a man to do in that position at that time?
this is where relationship come in. You marry your friend. Courtship, you should have understood yourselves a bit. You can't fully know anybody. So in the
Right.
heat of the moment, for me, what I do normally, my woman knows me very well. I walk away. If I walk away, don't follow me. Just stay where you are. I will be back in a while. That's it. Don't be raving like a mad person and be following me and be talking. That's where you're going to make things worse. And she knows. And I also know her own problem. When she's angry, I know what to do. Just to say sorry and just keep saying sorry and she's fine. But me, I walk away and don't come close to me. I just want to be alone. That's it. So in that heat of the moment, the woman or the man should try to know during courtship. Courtship is very important. Some people don't court, they don't meet and marry in 2 months. It's very important you know somebody to some extent. You can't fully know any human being, but you should know some specific areas,
But
some key
Mr.
points.
Alex, I don't think any woman would reveal her killer instincts, or any man would reveal his killer instincts to you before marriage.
Nobody has killer instincts. It's social media that is polluting everybody. People are copying from social media because they watch things. It's now become part of them. They're not trying to practicalize it at home. So we should regulate the things we watch. We are not killers. We are lovable human beings. You cannot get married to kill somebody. No, it's not in you.
Right?
There's no instinct
Yes.
there.
Yeah,
You can
that's
only
it. That's the
so you can only
confusing
you can
thing.
yeah, the only way you can kill in self-defense. Maybe somebody invade your space with a weapon, he wants to kill you. You can't kill your wife. The day you were married, did he plan to kill? You can't kill your husband. Like a Kennedy said, in Africa, they believe in metaphysics, like juju or whatever. Maybe it's possible. I don't really emphasize those things. I just advise people to know what your partner like when he or she is angry. Just like my own wife, is just to say sorry. Keep on saying sorry. After a minute or two, she'll be fine. Me, I walk away, and she knows. As I'm walking away, leave me alone. I'll be back in an hour or two, and the matter will die down. Some people don't know anything. They just believe love, love, money, money, money. No, life is not like that. We are humans, so we need. I'm not so good in things like this. I'm good in hammering politicians. Thank you.
All right. Somebody already said that Mr. Alex is for politics. All right, Mr. Alex. Well, thank you for dropping your 2 cents on this. Yes, guys, Mary Daniel has done the needful. Thank you very much, Mary Daniel, for your contribution. Sincerely, sister, God bless you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mary Daniel. Please, guys, don't forget to support us with likes. Don't forget to support us um with the by clicking on the dollar sign to your right. Support us financially, with publicity, with the likes, sharing. We need all the support. We have to come. We alone cannot do this. Nigeria alone cannot do this. We have to put our hands together and build this. So, Mary Daniel, thank you very, very much. I am very grateful. Thank you, Mr. John. If you are still on the line, please.
I'm here.
Okay. What do you have to say concerning this, Mr. John?
Well, Mrs. Sima, for me, I think when it comes to emotions, it's a personal thing. I pretty much hate that people judge people by what other people do. What I mean is easy. It's this. I shouldn't be judged by the way you react to something. You are you and I'm me. And when it comes to emotions, we reveal it differently. The way you react to something is different from the way I would react to something. Our emotion is made up of our experiences, some of our environment, and where we how we were brought up. So that sums up the way we will react or respond to anything that happens within our sphere. As the last speaker said, I would actually walk away. I think what she did, um, without trying to be a judge, was not right. I think that was irresponsible of her. I mean, we've seen worst case scenarios and people have handled it properly. Uh, I usually would say when things happen like this, you take a moment, take a chill pill before you react. Now I believe before she hated her response, that's why she took her life. I mean, she did what she did at the heat of the moment. Now she can't even leave to tell or explain what happened or what led to her, or what made her respond that way. So at the end of the day, people really need to be matured in the way they deal and respond to their problems. And being allowing your emotions to overwhelm your action is never a good way to go. So people really, in general, I'm saying this generally, people really need to weigh in on their actions and the way they respond to whatever they face in life. As for that lady, it's a shame, it's a pity. I mean, we feel for the man. The man is late and she's late. We feel for the family, and we hope that others will learn from that experience.
All right, Mr. John. I don't know if I also made mention that the man didn't make it. He passed on.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That the man is gone and she is gone too.
Okay.
So yeah, we can't hear what happened now. We just have to learn from their experiences. That's all we can do now.
Is Mr. Man having problem again?
I
Can you
think
hear
so.
me?
I think
Oh, okay.
she has gone
Okay.
again.
Shall we continue? Mr. John, go ahead if you still have
No,
something to.
Mr. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Finally, Mr. Juden, I've been calling out to you. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't hear you. I just heard it now.
No, it's
Yeah, we.
fine. I don't know what's happening today, but okay, Mr.
Okay.
Juden, you have the floor, please. Let's talk about this.
Although it's not like just came in now, but I think you guys are talking about the man that the wife killed and later killed herself. Is that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we are talking about how to, as from a man's point of view, what would have been the best thing for a man to do in that position? Because there are lots of domestic
Domestic violence.
violence that goes on in our society, and it is underreported. It is not talked about as much as young men, especially young marriages. Young men need to realize some things, and so do our women. So we need to start sensitizing people. When the conversation gets heated, this is what you should do as a man. That's why I rightly started with Mr. Kennedy, because I wanted us to have start with someone who has experienced life, experienced issues, walk away kind of issues. So, Mr. Judy, what's your perspective to all of this? How could all of
Yeah,
this
I
have
don't
been
know if we.
avoided?
I don't know if we got the full story about that issue. I think the story about that, according to what I read, what I heard from the internet, that this couple were married and the man concealed to the wife, that he had a child from another woman, and somehow the wife got to know about it and started asking the husband about it. And then the man, though the husband was living abroad, but herself was in Nigeria. So he continued to ask the husband. The husband continued to deny. So it's like at a point, the husband will talk to her, and then she will like, okay, um, she will relapse again and will not ask him, and the husband will kind of try to convince her to believe that he is telling him the truth, whereas he actually has a child somewhere. Okay, so they say when the husband traveled abroad, and then people continue to tell her, yeah, this thing is true, your husband is deceiving you. So, then, they were going back and forth like that until the husband now returned back home. And he also confronted the husband again with that same issue. And the husband still denied, So it was then she now went and bought a fuel, and then doused everywhere in the house and set it on fire, and then ran out. So I think this probably is summary of the full story. You know, well, to me, it is so sad. It is so sad, and I keep personally. I've always said to people coming together in a relationship. I know the woman went to the extreme, but then, like the Bible like the Bible says that offense will come, but woe unto whom through which offense will come, right? There will always be problem, but Bible says woe unto that person that will bring that problem. All right. So I believe when people are coming into a relationship, lay everything bare on the table. Bring forth whatever is your past, whatever it is that you feel you're hiding. Tell the other person, tell your partner, or the person you are, trying to get into a relationship with, and let each individual decide whether or not they can go ahead with that relationship, knowing what they have known, bearing in mind what each other have told themselves about their past. Don't hide anything, because whatever is hidden, like the Bible says, there's nothing that is hidden under the earth that shall not be unveiled. Okay, whatever is hidden, one day it's going to come out, and when it comes out, it breaks the heart. Let's be sincere. It breaks the heart. Okay, I am talking from the point of from the point of someone who have had a bitter experience in the past. All right. Tell your partner the truth. Whatever it is, tell that person the truth. Let that person decide whether or not he or she is able to cope. And if not, it's better to part ways as friends or even before marriage than get into a marriage and then the marriage will now end up broken or end up somebody's life being wasted, like this situation we're now talking about. All right. So I believe we should be sincere with each other in everywhere, even at work. Be sincere. Okay, be sincere in any situation you are. Be sincere. The Bible says you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. But oftentimes people want to go take the easier way of telling lies in order to wriggle out of problem. But that is just momentary. Because a time will come when you can no longer defend that lie. Because for every one lie you tell, you need 10 more lies to continue to cover it up. And it will get to a point, you can't just cover it up. Look at what is happening in our society. Our leaders comes out every day with bold face, and they will be telling us lie. They'll be telling us lie, deceiving us. But anyway, it's those who allow them, who believe them that they are deceiving. But people like us are already know they are a bunch of liars. So, however, in a situation, whenever there's trouble, I always encourage men, like I do, just get out of the house. That was what I remember my father always teach us. When you are married and your wife begin to, because they say this, they always have their moments, and they begin to act crazy, just get out of the house. But you find out again that some women will not even allow their husband to get out of the house. They'll say, you have to be there, you have to fight. They will hold you, pull you, and say, where are you going? You have to fight. We should always try to avoid anything that will bring, people out into that extreme. Because sometimes if you don't hear things, if you're not in a particular situation, you won't get angry. Okay? So I encourage everybody out there, be sincere to your partner. It's going to be paid at the long run. No matter how bad it is, let that person know and ask for forgiveness. Sincerely ask for forgiveness. I believe you'll be forgiven rather than keeping it. And when the truth comes out, it breaks the heart. It takes only people, it takes only people who have the fear of God, who has, self-control to be able to control themselves in that kind of situation of rage, because it breeds serious rage. Sometimes people become uncontrollable. That is why you find people going to the extreme. Okay, so like situations we have, sometimes we've been having here in the United States, where some men, their wives will be doing them so much that at the point they will say, you know what, I can't take it no more, and they'll just kill their wives. Some of them will even kill themselves or offer themselves to the authority. They don't care anymore at that point. It's so sad. So that's just what I have to say regarding this.
All right, Mr. Julian, thank you for your contributions, guys. So we'll be having more of talks like this, and I hope someday I will have my ladies, all ladies, come on the platform and talk about issues like this. We need to learn. We need to do better as ladies, as wives, as mothers, as sisters, as humans. We need to do better. It's enough. These cases are becoming too much. Um, it's obvious that nobody is talking to nobody. It's obvious. It's obvious that nobody. So we need our big mamas in the house to come and talk to us as as their daughters, as their sisters, and say, see, after 20 years, after 30 years of being in marriage, these are the things, these are the basic things, these are the things that you need to, these are the things you need to know. I will take this comment from Peter Okundaye. He says, what people call marriage today is not really true because there is no love. What most women are after is what they can get from the man. Today marriage is just a manage, not really marriage. Well, thank you for your opinion on that, Mr. Peter. But I tell you this: a good percent of women thinks that when you're having an in group discussion, you hear marriage is scam for women. Well, I personally think that a woman gives a lot, contributes much more in marriage than Mr.
Than the
Julian.
man.
Yes, than the man. Yes, than the man.
I
Yes.
wanted to
Now
say
this is
something.
no,
You will
no,
allow
Mr.
me.
Julian. No, I won't allow you,
I
Mr. Julian.
disagree. I disagree. Oh. May I
Mr.
disagree?
Julian and Mr. Kennedy, I won't allow the both of you talk because I am alone here. We are going to have this discussion on a
No,
proper day with
you're not
other
going
women.
to.
With other
No,
women here, you guys will finish me if I'm the only one here. Unless I will have
no.
more women come onto the platform, then yes, I will buy more time for us. But if no other woman is
Okay, there's
coming
something
on, then we'll have to
that.
have this conversation another day. We'll be ready for this conversation. We'll bring all the facts and present it. So you
Okay,
guys too
there's.
will have to come ready.
Yeah, but there's not. What I wanted to say is not regarding with. Okay, I might not say it regarding what you just said, but something else. If you would permit me, can I?
Yes, Mr.
Now,
Julian. Yes.
now I'm just going to make a few points, put a few points out there. You see, like our brother said, I don't know, I've forgotten his name, about the way men regard cheating is not the same way women regard cheating. You know, really, I don't know. At times, when a woman just sees a man, all right, the husband or so, or the partner, chatting somebody that she doesn't even know, or maybe she just see the picture of a woman and the husband is chatting, then she will conclude immediately, even without further, seeking for facts, will conclude without further evidence, conclude that the husband is cheating just for chatting a woman, not even knowing who that woman is. They will conclude automatically that the husband is cheating, and this kind of situation, this kind of unverified fact has breed a lot of trouble, confusion in relationship. So I will encourage our women, please be patient. If you see your husband or your partner chatting with somebody, or maybe you're walking on the street, you see your husband greeting, saying hi to a lady, and they are standing and they are holding their
Why?
hand. Eh?
Why is he saying hi? He should face where he's going to.
You say what?
Why is he saying hi? You should face where he's going to. And as for
No,
the
you
person
see,
he's
you don't
chatting
you
with,
don't do
it
that. You
depends.
don't
It
do
depends.
that.
It
Do
depends,
you know
Mr.
the
Chief.
more you do
It
that, the
depends.
more you drive
Me,
that
when
man
I
away?
okay,
Can I ask this, my
that
brother?
was
Can
the
I
question on my
where
notes.
do you live? Can I ask this, my brother? Where do you live, please?
I live in the States.
Okay. Are you married to a black or white woman?
No, this is too bad. Well,
So
I'm
that,
not, currently I'm not married.
okay, that is why I know that's why you can talk like this. Because get married to a white woman, you will not talk. You will not talk like this. That your neck they go break. They go break her. Go and marry to a Brazilian woman. This one
Oh,
when they
yeah?
kill this man, so now small thing. Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Doc,
I've been married to Japanese for 25 years. I know what it takes to keep these people. So
wow.
they are not like this one when you they talk. So not talking for
I'm
where
talking about,
people do.
huh?
Not talking for where people do.
No, but this
But
is the truth. This is
no,
truth,
no,
you
not
know.
lie. It not they work these days. It not they work. Not lie. You not they work. I don't test black. I don't test white. I know what it dey. Not talking more. They go
And then
just
again,
they will just
again,
pour acid for your body. Women when did they will pour you acid.
All right, my
God have
people.
mercy.
All right, my
I mean,
people.
it's all this intolerance, and all this unnecessary suspicion and unnecessary, what I call unverified suspicion, and that
You don't need any
Our
verification.
instinct,
Just
our
looking
instinct
at
is all
all.
the verification we
You
need.
don't need
Our instinct is all
any
the
verification.
verification.
and you tell somebody look, and then therefore he has cheated, and
But
then they
anyway,
come with
let me tell you. The bottom line is, if you are taking care of your wife and you respect her a lot, you take care of her, you do all the necessary things, both at night. When I mean at night, you know what I mean, and in the day. If you look at any woman outside, she will not bother that much. But if you are not putting food on the table and you are always having problem at home, whatever you do, you are always a suspect. You understand what I mean? Whatever you do, you are even if you don't look, she suspects you as having looked. That's when you're not taking care of her at home. So that is what is happening. If you take care of, like my woman here, if we just she knows I like booze. If she see any woman with baby, she'll take Kennedy, look at the type of booze you like. It doesn't take
now
anything
you
from her.
like boots, you like
Not be here we
it.
go. Not be here we go talk that one. Now next time.
All right, Mr.
So
Kennedy
thank
and
you.
Mr. Julian. It's been quite a section today, but ladies, please get ready because we need to talk about this. We need to really, really talk about this. We need
We need
to
ladies to come.
yes, 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 ladies. Please, Naomi Bella. No, no, no. Enough of the typing. Come and do the talking. Let your mouth do the talking this time around.
No,
Madam
please.
Stella, please come
If you
on. We
want
are
to
waiting
discuss
for
this,
you.
I'm a relationship therapist. If you want to do this, let me know.
Definitely, Mr. Kennedy. Definitely,
Yes.
Mr. Kennedy. We are bringing a section to you. Niger Watch is going to present that. At his time, is going to present that. But ladies, I am appealing to the men are always there. I'm appealing to the ladies. Please get ready because we have to talk about this. We need to let this men. We need to let our men know. Our own perspective. There's a thing or two to learn. Like today, Mr. Jordan has just known what to say, what not to say, what is tolerated and what not is tolerated. And we'll learn something. And these are very, very important aspect of our lives. So emotionally, that our emotions are very, very important. So let's also get educated on that. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Um, Mary Daniel, my special shout out goes to you for supporting us. Thank you very, very much, Mary Daniel. Thank you to those that intend to support us before the week runs out. Thank you to everyone that has joined today. Come, come, come. Thank you for joining Naomi Bella. Mwah. Tracy Jacobin, thank you. Naomi Bella, a babe you be. Thank you very much for today. You've been very engaging today, Naomi Bella. Thank you. Mommy Diaspora, you were poking me earlier today, but you're the sweetest. Thank you very much, Mama Jerez. Thank you. Peter Okundaye, thank you. And thank you for this insightful for your contribution. I hope you don't feel any kind of way with my own. We are all entitled to our opinions. Gonzalez. Okay, I'll just stick to Kelvin Andrew. Kelvin Andrew, thank you for joining today. Walter, thank you for joining today. Thank you. Perpetual, thank you for joining today. Thank you. It was just nice having you around. I'm not sure how much I can go further, but thank you to Jacob D. Thank you to everybody that joined today, to the amazing viewers. Thank you to those that are watching the replay. Thank you for joining in today. Please do not forget to like this broadcast, share this broadcast, and invite someone to Niger Watch platform. You guys know, you guys already know, you guys already know this is an unbiased platform, and that is where that's why you should support us financially and with publicity too, with your general let's try to be generous with our likes. Let's try to do it for 1 week and let's see how improved our lives will become. Guys, oh, you guys, Mommy Diaspora just gave us a footnote. She just said, Ima, I love you plenty. Thank you very much, Ika. All right, Mr. Kennedy, as we've come to the close of the show, what do you have to say to Nigerians? Not necessarily regarding to politics. What do you have to say to them? Something to hold on to, a wise word for someone out there.
Anyway, thank you very much. We've been talking on politics for quite a long time now, and today is about anger management. According to my brother Alex, we want to advise our people, both men and women, to always manage your anger. I know it's difficult to manage, but to some extent, you should be able to manage your anger so that you don't regret your actions later on. Because if you eventually kill anybody, the law is you will be killed or charged for manslaughter, which is not it's not going to be easy. If 5 years to 10 years is taken out of your life, you got no life again. So please let us manage our anger. Let us respect our spouses. Let the men respect the women. Let the women respect the men. Let the women understand that men were wired in such a notorious form. So anyway, so I just added that one. So thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, thank you for that. Mr. John, Mr.
Yes,
John.
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, we've come to the close of the show. This is where you have 10 seconds to say something to Nigerians.
Okay, Nigerians. I think my 10 seconds is going to be very useful. Get your PVC. Get the people around you within your sphere. Let's go and vote this wicked government out and vote in people who mean well for our country, Nigeria. And if ever you are faced or you are in a challenging situation, be careful to think twice before you take any action, so you don't end up like our sister and brother that we are talking about today. I wish everybody a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Oh, yes, Mr. John. Thank you. Same here, guys. I do wish each and every one of you um, a small weekend because, you see, I'll be having a wonderful weekend. And so I am hoping that you would be having a wonderful weekend too. Guys, I'll see you on Monday by 10 a.m. And I hope to bring you good news. I hope to bring you good news. Until I see you again, take care, get your PVC, stay safe, respect all health protocols. Coronavirus is still killing. There is monkeypox out there, and there's a whole lot of them out there. Please stay safe. Stay safe, guys. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bye.
Good night, Emma.